NY Regents Algebra 2 problem explained algebraically and graphically. All right, let's go. So we're given this polynomial. For what values of x will f of x be greater than 0? The strategy here is to factor f of x and find the roots or the x-intercepts where the graph intersects the x-axis and test some points out to see where the function is positive. So I'm going to write down my function, this one, and then the greatest common factor is x squared. Let's bring that out of a parentheses, and then we can write x squared minus, so x minus 6. The idea is that if you distribute it, you should get back this. So you can test it out yourself. X squared times x squared times negative x squared times negative 6 should give you back the original. And if it does, then they were good. All right. So let's write out the other factors. I'm going to try mn, m plus n. Mn should be equal to negative 6. M plus n should equal negative 1. So negative 3 and 2 are my factors. So I'm just going to write x minus 3, x plus 2. So now I have my factors. Now we have to set those equal to 0, of course, to get the intercepts. Because f of x, where f of x is 0, we have x-intercepts. So I'm going to set this whole thing equal to 0 then. So let's go ahead and do that. Now 0 product rule, set each of these equal to 0. 0 and then 0, and then calculate for x. X is 0, x is 3, and x is negative 2. So those are our three x-intercepts. Let's go ahead and put the points out here. So negative 2, 0 is our other x-intercept, 3 is our third one. So let's go ahead and find some test points. Maybe negative 3, negative 1, 1, and 4. So let's go ahead and substitute each of those into the our f of x. So when I do the negative 3, so negative 3 squared, and then there is a negative 6, so it turns out it's positive. So this function is positive here. If I do a point here, negative 1, then negative 1 squared, and then negative 1, negative 4, and then negative 1 plus 2 is 1, that's going to be negative. So that is negative. Then let's test 1. 1 squared, and then 1 minus 3 is negative 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, that's negative also, the function. Now above 3, let's test point 4, 4 squared, 4 minus 3, 4 plus 2, that is positive. So you see, positive, negative, positive. So x, when it's less than negative 2, our function is positive. When it's greater than 3, it's positive. Everything else is negative. So of course, we're going to cancel all of these choices, and that's the only choice that is a correct answer. So basically, negative 2, 0, and 3 are x-intercepts. So the function is positive here, as you can see, and the function is positive here, as you can see. Everything else, the function is negative. All right. So hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.